Open qualifiers. My name is Retro, and we have a pretty exciting match here today between WARD0GS and 5STARS. They are the third and fourth place teams so far in the qualifiers, so it should be pretty exciting. We had the first place versus second place last night. It was Hoax versus goodness, I can't remember, but it was Hoax versus Ardoir, and what I thought was going to be a really exciting match that was going to go all the way into overtime ended up being just pretty much a sweep from Hoax. I think it was a 7-3 win. So hopefully this will actually end up being a bit more exciting, because I have been saying that these top half teams will probably be quite exciting, considering that they've all won some games. They've all been pretty significant wins as well. So I was just expecting, sort of 8th place up are going to be really, really exciting matches. But so far, that hasn't rung quite true. So hopefully, WARD0GS and 5STARS finally complete that fantasy of mine. In any case, the bans have already come out. It's a cafe match. And I find it interesting that they've come out with a Thatcher ban. That WARD0GS have come out with a Thatcher ban. He's a really, really strong operator still, despite the sort of indirect nerf that they've given him by introducing impact EMPs. He's still really strong. You don't see him too often as a ban on Cafe, just because of the way that people play. Typically you'll have the Azami, which we do see is banned, playing top floor in piano to make sure that breach stays unbreached for as long as possible. And I think most teams are expecting that breach to get opened up anyway. And then for basement, you're playing bakery and VIP, so you're protecting both of the freezer and the bakery walls from sort of outside. So there's typically very little need to even have electrification on that anyway, let alone to get the bandit, to get the Thatcher off the board. But as we see here, they are going for the leading fireplace defense first, which is very, very unusual. And I think that this is a team that has been around for quite some time. They've been together for a few seasons now. They have quite a lot of experience playing together and have probably made plenty strats in the time that they've been together, which is over 6 months. So I'm very excited to see how this actually plays out, because this could just be, something that we've never really seen before, especially because they're coming out onto the reading fireplace site first, which tends to be the tertiary site for most teams. So I'm loving this already. Interestingly, they brought out the smoke and the Goyo, so their strategy for this seems to be to waste as much time as possible, which tends to be the strategy for Cafe anyway, is you just want to waste as much time as physically possible to make it that much harder for the attackers, who are bringing 2 sets of nades. They are bringing the Hard Breacher with Hibana, and they are bringing Gridlock as the flank watch, which I feel like Gridlock is really, really good as the flank watch on this map, and I think she's even a little bit better than Nomad, just because those track stingers spread out so much on those stairs, and I feel like there's so many places where if you misplace the air jab by even just a millimeter, it's in a position where it can get shot out, and then, you've lost your entire flank watch. And of course, the track stingers, when you're a defender trying to go for a flank, either you are taking the chance on taking damage on them, or giving quite a loud sound cue of shooting them, and there goes the first kill. It's reappearance, killing Maripil, and I'm not really sure where that was. Oh, he just pre-fired the window. The player that was playing on that shield goes down. There goes a grenade from Rush to get out Joker. That's now the Bandit and the Aruni off the board. They have wasted a significant amount of time. There goes a C4 from DeVito. It will not get anything. A minute to go. 3 versus 5. They are raining hell from the top floor. That Sledge doing everything in his power to do as much vertical destruction as possible. Those track stingers are coming out on top of the white stairs as well. to prevent any flanks from coming out. So this is going to be a really, really tough retake from WARD0GS. Or for WARD0GS rather. And there goes Goyo as well, sitting in a really tough position there. Just getting rained on top of from above. That was Aribo. He did get 1 kill, but unfortunately got shut out immediately. David knows that there's somebody inside of trains. Those pings are coming out from the Valcams. Does get that 1 kill. 20 seconds left to go. 1 versus 3. He knows when player drop into the laundry plant is going down. He can't do anything about that. C4 is not in pocket anymore. 1 versus 2 now. Post plant. As that plant goes down, 1 player inside of library just runs out the door, and he knows about it. He runs out, unfortunately, whiffs just a little bit. I feel like if there's ever a time to go for a knife, that would have been it. Oh wow, that could have been really, really well done. That melee and then the flick down to the corridor might have gotten the shot, might have not, but I feel like that would have been the perfect end to the round. He might have actually had that. But a good try in any case. That was an interesting setup that they had. I think what I would change if I were them, and that round ended the way that it did. Grenade, I'm not really sure what happened to it, but of course they're not bringing any projectile denial. They're not bringing a Jaeger or a Wamai. So, of course, nades can just fly willy-nilly, and we do see that they are bringing 2 sets of nades. They're also bringing the Ash and flashes in the side of Hiban. I'm not sure if the Gridlock also had a Gone 6 and smokes. So if she did, that's so many projectiles. They're switching off the Gridlock onto the Nomad now. That's so many projectiles that they're just not countering. And the way that the Aruni died was that shield inside of Cocktail, that window. I don't think that they were even expecting somebody to be there. I think that was just a pre-fire through the window to get it open and just happened to get the kill, or maybe it was an engagement. I don't know, we didn't see it. But in any case, I feel like I would swap out one of these operators, maybe the Aruni, even though Aruni's really, really strong on this map. And specifically for holding the reading dining site. She's really, really good for denying time inside of that top floor. But I would maybe swap her out for Castle, just to keep that player behind that shield protected for longer. But, you know, WARD0GS, they have this strat. They are confident that they can run it back and they can win this. They know what they did wrong. And we can already see that the Aruni that was playing that shield is now standing on top of the cocktail bar and protecting himself. Although, they've not used any... Oh no, they have. It's the graphic is a little bit confusing about how many of those reinforcements they've used. It looks like they've used 9 out of the potential 10, so I think I would have used 1 to just reinforce that cocktail wall to protect the Aruni, but now they've already made their way inside of Freezer, and they are doing the vertical damage already, despite Marito still being on the top floor inside of Cocktail. He's holding quite a long angle. He's about to get swung by the Buck that has droned him out, knows exactly where he is. There goes the drop from the skylight. Does a little bit of damage onto reappearance, not quite enough. And grenades followed by a cross angle from the window gets him down. David will be there for the revive, so not all that much damage has been done. I feel like reappearance and Mary Killy are basically on the same amount of HP. Well, not quite, but I feel like that wasn't that much of a wasted play there from Mari Philly. He wasted quite a lot more time. And now there goes a C4 from Drip to get Zeppin. Rush trying to drone out as much as possible with the Iana clone. It does get David through the wall. Smoke canister will come up on top of the stairs. And there goes Aribo pushing up through the smoke. Gets one, can't get the second. 20 seconds left to go. 3 versus 3. The plant is going down inside of Reading. Selberg has the cover with the Buck. A C4 will go out. It will not catch anybody. Drip taking a little bit of damage to the wall. Gets swung on by Kepa. It's all down to Maripili now as Joker goes down as well on very low HP, getting spotted out by drones, and with that wall open, takes to the Habana. Its reappearance with the kill, and another round on the board for 5STARS. I mean, WARD0GS, despite choosing quite an off-kilter site that I feel like we don't see all that often, we most certainly don't see it as a primary site for anybody. I really thought that they had so much confidence in that play and in that strategy that they would just be able to really shut down 5STARS. That's typically what you see from teams that go for a really off-base
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Site, is that they have like a really strong strategy that they then utilize to their full extent, and the opponents usually don't really know how to counter it just because it's something that they've never seen before, or it's that strong of a setup that it's just not that easy to counter. But that doesn't seem to be the case for WARD0GS, and I mean, that was extra time wasting. That was quite a lot of time wasted. The plant was only going down at like 20 seconds to go. But it was just they did not have the crosses necessary. They did not have the cover from pillars or top red to prevent the players dropping out from the cocktail balcony and into the site to go for that plant. Of course, the C4 missing as well didn't help. But now, as they head off into round 3, they have decided to switch it up and go upstairs instead. They were picking onto kitchen first, but then they decided to go back upstairs. So I wonder if there was just a little bit of miscommunication between the team. Tries to go for a C4. A C4 is drip, but unfortunately it misses everything. That could have been really good if it hit. That would have gotten at least somebody. There goes another C4 from Maribo, and that one will get the sledge. 2 grenades are gone, and all of the soft destruction from the side of Sledge will be eliminated at the start of this round. It's a really good opening pick and a really good start to the round for WARD0GS. That mute will be situated inside of the cigar shop for at least a little while. Selberg with the kill onto David through the wall, or through the window. I'm not really even sure where that was. Was it a spawn peak? Okay. Not too happy about the death. I don't know. I don't know if that was a run out or a spawn peak. I don't know. But it's basically a 1-for-1 trade. But look at that. 90 seconds already wasted, and that's just the nature of Cafe, where you are bound to waste time on attack. I mean, it takes you 30 seconds just to get up to the roof. And you have to go from the roof unless you're doing a white rush, which doesn't always work out. They're doing some of these stunts from the Zofia. It's Maripili with the kill onto Selberg. That's all the way from inside of bathroom to get the player playing on the rappel of those windows. And now they're looking a lot better, forcing the rest of the attackers to rotate around to cocktail side. 2 of them still up on the roof, trying to get an easy kill from the skylight. So far, WARD0GS aren't giving up anything apart from the death of David, which I still have no idea where it occurred. New jammers. Oh, there goes the drop from the skylight. Rush gets 1, gets immediately taken down, but Reappearance is there with the cover to get the kill. Reappearance now going for the plant. Maripili gets the kill onto Kepa, now with the diffuser going down, and 1 player down but not out, and Reappearance gets the kill. It's effectively a 1 versus 1. Maripili does get the finish. Oh, but the diffuser is not down. I thought the diffuser was planted. No, Reappearance got off of it just as he was about to get it down. And now it's all down to Maripili. Behind that reinforced wall is Reappearance, protected from any shots. Maripili taking so much damage, unable to get the finisher. And there goes the swing, forcing Reappearance to shoot that camera, or WARD0GS, who I believe were hard scanning him, forcing him to look away. And Maripili gets the kill, gets the diffuser, and WARD0GS are finally on the board in round 3. Now, the thing that worries me about them, despite how well they played that, although I feel like they just really were not expecting the drop from the skylight. I don't know if they even had any utility on that. Sometimes teams will have prox alarms to put on that, or if they happen to bring a thorn trap will be on there 100%. I think maybe a Guman would have been on that probably. Had, of course, the Legion not died earlier in the round, it probably would have been there. To just let them know, hey, we're dropping. Because I don't think that they knew really that the drop happened, or maybe they heard something but they weren't sure what happened until a player of theirs already died, and then they were able to get the refrags and everything. But yeah, what worries me now about them here is the fact that they are going to Kitchen after they lost 2 rounds on Reading Fireplace. Now, of course, Kitchen is quite a stronger site, because again, it tends to be the secondary site pick, and then Reading Fireplace tends to be the tertiary. But I worry about how this is going to turn out for them, especially considering the lineup that they are bringing. Tachanka a little bit stronger now with the 2x on the SMG, or even the 1.5. Actually, did he have the 1.5 on the... Yeah, he had a 1.5 on the SMG before, but he has the 2x now. And the appearance is bringing the Monty, so this could... I mean, this could all come to a head, especially with the Vitas, the Pulse. There's so many things happening here from both teams that I just wonder how it's going to turn out. I've never really seen a team bring this sort of lineup or have this sort of defense. Tachanka is very, very niche as an operator pick. I think he's going to start to get picked a little bit more since the buff. But, of course, that buff is very, very recent, and they haven't really had too many games. Maybe they've scrimmed with him a lot, but yeah, the Tachanka has already denied so much time from 5STARS, because, of course, despite having to drop away, he's still putting out that fire straight into the Monty, who by this point would already be inside of sight getting those pings down, but of course he can't, and now taking a little bit of damage. There goes Ariba with the kill onto Rush. That is all the way at the front side of the map. Mariapili with the kill onto Zephin. 3 versus 5 now. A little bit, about 90 seconds to go. Mariapili does go down behind that shield, but they have so many crosses set up all the way from the... Oh, wow. All the way from Code Check. Keppa with a really nice kill into Drip. It's effectively a 3 versus 3, as Mariapili is irretrievable at the moment. The Monty is staring into the face of Joker. Selberg with a kill onto Aribo. A C4 did come up, but it didn't catch anybody, unfortunately. That is... Who is that upstairs? I think that might be Keppa. There goes a kill onto Selberg from Joker. And it's still effectively 2v2, as Mariapili will remain irretrievable. Reappearance is in sight. He could be trying to go for a plant here, especially because he has the cover from Keppa, but of course he's not able to do that. Keppa gets one. Oh, never mind. That was Mariapili. He does get that. 30 seconds to go. The drones are coming out. David with the kill onto Keppa. Now it's all down to Reappearance on the Monty with the diffuser in hand. Can't quite get the swing onto the Kochek player. And it's Joker with the kill onto the Monty to finish off the round. Put another round on the board for WARD0GS. And now they're forced to go to a tertiary site pick. They're going back to Reading Fireplace, which didn't work out for them 2 rounds in a row. I wonder if they're going to bring anything to differentiate that defense from this one now. It doesn't look like they are. Again, I still think that a castle would do them good. But maybe forego the bandit, just because it's already...
Defenders, protect your bombs.
You already know that they are going to do the vertical damage. They are going to do they're going to get quite a lot of vertical destruction done from the freezer. We saw them get into freezer very, very quickly twice. So if you know that that's going to happen, and that those bandit batteries are going to get shot from the wall, and the Habana is just going to be able to, or whatever hard breacher they're bringing, is just going to be able to, these bandit batteries specifically, they're going to get shot from above anyway, and the Habana is going to be able to breach that regardless, maybe forego the bandit. And especially now they're bringing Twitch as well. I mean, I don't think that those bandit batteries stand much of a chance. Maybe forego the bandit for a castle. I feel like a castle would help them because, of course, as soon as they have that cross on the windows, which they did twice, they had the cross on the windows twice, it really forces the person that's playing inside of Cocktail, which we do see Markley playing again. He's played it twice, died to it once, got downed from it once. Maybe a castle would make that a little bit harder for 5STARS to have that cross, or at least it would waste a little bit more utility, waste a little bit more time, which is the strategy the WARD0GS are going with by playing so much smoke and playing the Goyo as well. Selberg now already inside of Piano. Is he aware of the bandit inside of Pixel? He is not. At the same time as a C4 blows up. Actually, was that a C4 or was that a grenade? That couldn't have been a C4 because all the C4s... Oh no, it was a C4 from Maribo. Joker gets the kill onto Zephan as well. That's 2 for Joker here in the round. Leaving 5STARS in a 3 versus 5. Okay, maybe you don't need a castle. Maybe you just need Joker to go crazy inside of Piano. That's their vertical destruction now gone. So maybe the bandit really was a good call and I don't know what I'm talking about. But, you know... when there's a precedent that's been set, sometimes you just have a think about what's going to happen. But with all of that vertical destruction now gone, they still have some in the way of Nomad's soft reach charges. The Twitch making quick work of those Vulcan canisters, and those Valkyrie cameras will be spotting out all of these players, or at least the players inside of Piano, which of course is very, very dangerous, as they are not able to spot them out at the moment. They do not have an IQ, and unless they're specifically looking for them, which they have no reason to, as yellow pings are a thing, they're just not going to be doing it. And there goes Maripili with the kill onto Rush. Reappearance goes down to Joker, and now they've retaken the top floor. Keppa does get 1 kill, gets 2. 2 of them peek. Keppa, for no reason, is able to pick up 2 kills. Looking down these vertical holes they made. Oh, and a C4 blows up the Vulcan canister. And even though the C4 itself didn't do all that much damage, it was the Vulcan canister blowing up right next to him when he was already so low that got the job done. Fun fact, Haffy, book is high in Croatian, so that really confused me when you had that typo. I was like, why are you saying hi, and how do you even know that? Just a little fun fact. Anyway, WARD0GS finally in the lead for the first time, and they finally were able to win their defense on the Reading Fireplace site. As much as I was calling out for a castle, which they aren't foreign to bringing. They do bring the castle sometimes, depending on the need, or depending on the set that they're defending. Despite all of my begging for a castle, it turned out that they just needed Joker to go crazy and to get the opening picks, and more importantly, to get the opening picks onto the 2 vertical destruction guys. I feel like that round would have been a lot different, or at least a little bit different, if they still had the Buck and the Sledge in pocket. But of course, because they didn't, it was a lot harder for the remaining attackers to do anything. This time, they're bringing 3 sets of grenades and the fire bolts and the smoke bolts from Capital. So this could be a really, really dangerous round here for WARD0GS, especially as it looks like they will be pushing straight onto the Cocktail side of the map, which is where they got the plant down twice. Are they going to be able to do it a 3rd time? David challenging onto that window, has to fall back. Getting stuck here on Joker. That could have been really, really bad had they got peeked at just the right time. I think there was just enough of David sticking out to get shot from the window. But now, with Zephan on that window, he can deny Maripili playing where he is. and he can also deny, and he takes up those stairs, up or down those stairs, and now he's just waiting for Selberg to push up the same stairs that I keep talking about. How many times can I say stairs? Let's count it. Joker with the kill onto Zepp, and he gets Selberg as well! Oh my goodness, run Moss on this guy. He is absolutely going crazy. Rush and Keppa drive down into sight, get 2. Joker finally with the refrag again onto reappearance. 2 versus 3. For 5STARS. That's a quad for Joker. Can he get the ace? It's all down to Rush and a 1 versus 3 situation. The diffuser is lost outside. He can't do anything about that. He knows he's getting pushed by the Jaeger. Joker doing a little bit of self-preservation. Doesn't really want to peek onto that. Doesn't really want to lose the ace like this. And the grenade comes out. Misses. He knows he's pushed up the stairs. There comes the swing. There comes the counter swing. Rush now on low HP will be rotating away from the Jaeger of Joker. Oh, that's unlucky. He knows there's somebody pushing him on brown stairs. There comes the swing from Joker, and it's an ace! Oh my goodness. What a great read from WARD0GS as well, or from Joker rather, to go all the way down to brown stairs and to know that that's where he was going to peek onto next. To read him, get on top of him, get that ace. Wow. We had an almost ace the other night. It was Hoax versus Shortest Possible Route, where I think Cyberstar got a 4K. It was almost an ace, but unfortunately he could not get the ace. It was a 2 versus 1. His teammate got the last one. So I think this is at least the first casted ace. I think. I feel like I would remember an ace happening and that I've casted it, but maybe my memory's just that bad. If you're a player watching right now who got an ace and I casted you and I'm forgetting you, I'm really sorry. But what a round. What a round for WARD0GS. Up 2 rounds as they're going to the attacking half. I mean, that's a really, really great closeout for that side. And now 5STARS have got to come back as they are now defending. Really, really interesting castle barricade there.
10 seconds.
You don't see that one often. Of course, it's just more protection for the player playing inside of bathroom. Of course, the outside, the window is barricaded as well as that door. The mute jammer doing a really, really great job getting rid of those drones early on in the prep phase. So 5STARS or WARD0GS already losing some information. But yeah, WARD0GS against, I don't want to say all odds, but yeah, basically. Because they really weren't looking too hot, and then as soon as Joker warmed up his gun, it was just all over for 5STARS. WARD0GS now going for the attack, attacking their first round. 5STARS are not going for any cheeky C4s up the hatch or up the skylight. Of course, they only have 2 C4s in pocket, and they're probably just waiting for a wiser time to use them rather than to try and get a cheap kill through the hatch. And of course, yep, all 3 of those ADSs have been deployed inside and around bathroom to protect the Mira player playing inside of it. 2 of those barricades as well to protect. One of them has already been broken, and I think David will be trying to go for a bit of a nade business on that door. Because, of course, even if he doesn't get the kill, if you can place the grenade just right on the door from the side of the hallway, he could still break the door and then force reappearance from his position. While will be getting opened up into Ticket. Has the cover from the windows as well. 2 players playing below. I think just hoping to get a C4 kill, perhaps. I think that they are getting ready to burn some of this utility, some of these ADSs. Now there are 2. Oh, there we go. There goes the nade, and there goes the follow-up of the Twitch drone to get the Mira window open, but it's reappearance with the cheeky C4 through the window to take out David. There goes Iana falling down all the way to the ground from the window rappel. 40 seconds left to go. 4 versus 5. They still have the hard breacher. They could still do a little bit of damage onto these walls, but of course... oh, and there goes another C4 being blown up, and there goes Keppa from a really far and away angle, getting the kill onto Aribo. Getting pushed all the way down into the hallway already is Drip. He gets one, can't get the second. 2 versus 4 for WARD0GS. Selberg shuts down Joker, and there goes the pre-fire from Reappearance. Oh, oh wow, Reappearance stole that kill from, I'm not really sure who that was inside of Cocktail, but despite the one kill that he was able to get from rappelling in, he can't quite get the other. And that was a really, really great round from 5STARS, and I think this is really where we see how defender-sided Cafe can be. I do also want to point out the fact that, if I remember correctly, Cafe is WARD0GS' worst map. So, typically teams will ban
Attackers need to
the first, their worst maps. So, I wonder if they had just been scrimming this a lot, had been coming up with strats, and, just decided, we're comfortable enough to bring this back out onto the playing field. Or if they felt that uncomfortable with all the other sites, or maybe, or all the other maps, or if they had scrimmed against 5STARS, or heard about them going crazy in scrims from other teams, and just decided, okay, these guys are kind of good. Don't really want to take them to any of these maps because they've been wiping. Kind of just want to take them to a mid-tier map that we still have a chance to win. Any of those could be true. Again, I don't really have too much communication with these teams, so it's tough to know what their decision-making process is like. But I hope that WARD0GS didn't shoot themselves in the foot by picking a map that they don't have any wins on. In any case, they are attacking again, this time onto Kitchen. There is one player playing upstairs, all the way on the top floor, roaming quite extensively. The rest of the defenders are roaming somewhat. It's more of a shallow roam, like Keppa here inside a bakery, and like Reappearance undoubtedly inside a VIP with the smoke and the shield. Zephyn will be, however, pushing up these red stairs at least a little bit to try and deny anything coming up that side. Of course, I'm pretty sure he's holding the angle onto the hatch from the stairs. Oh, Rush, completely unaware of the fact that the attackers are already on the mid floor, gets the kill, or gets taken down by Drip. And that is a really good opening here for WARD0GS. Especially because they still have that Jackal in place, so they're going to be able to find out some of the locations of these defenders, but that Echo still in play could be trouble if they don't take him out or don't take out the drones. But because the Kebi was able to hack those drones, they are able to use them against them. And here we go. The vertical destruction will start to rain down upon them as Aribo drops down into dining. Marikila with a kill onto Keppa from the window. Definitely holding a really, really tight angle onto the attacker that's... oh no, he was outside, okay. He was outside the small bakery. Maybe he might have jumped out, because that looked like he was in. No C4s to counter the players currently doing a lot of vertical damage. Aribo getting a little bit excited with bucking right below him. The smoke canisters are coming out. Aribo is all the way inside. Already gets the kill into the castle who tried to push inside. Selberg swings out into bakery, gets the one, and it's Reappearance who was upstairs for the flank, gets one, gets the second. It's all down to Joker now in a post plant. He's upstairs. He doesn't have any vertical destruction whatsoever to be able to get the kill onto the diffuser, but he can because there is an angle that they created. And now this is pretty much an uncounterable angle for Selberg, especially if he's trying to defuse. Oh, that's really clever. That is really clever from Joker, using the IQ scanner to find the exact location of Selberg, who's trying to defuse, and of course, he's out of time anyway. Joker, with a nice little one-tap of the pistol, gets the kill, and War Dogs win the round, put themselves up 5-3, put themselves even further in the advantage, one step away from match point, and I think that they're going to be really, really fired up after that round. Although I must say that came way closer than it should have. They had a 4 versus what was it, 2, 4 versus 3, and they let Reappearance flank upstairs and kill 2 and nearly get the diffuser down as well, or get disable the diffuser as well. So that got closer than it should have, considering the fact that they had the post plant. But regardless, really, really great job from Joker, who I find it really interesting is that Joker is not playing entry frag. He's not playing entry. He's not playing, you know, super deep roam or anything like that. He's just mostly been playing support on flex support. We'll call it, with the Bandit and then the Jaeger as well. I guess the Jaeger is the furthest extent of the roam that he's had. But yeah, IQ's definitely not entry, and he's just still been absolutely popping off, both on defense and attack. It's just something really interesting. It's always funny when you see you know, the entry having like 2 or 3 kills, and then the flex support having, you know, more than the entire lobby combined. It's just funny. It's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes people will just have a good game, others will have a bad game. Sometimes somebody will just be really confident, fired up. There go the C4s. Don't catch anybody. Was effing a little bit too late on that one. Makes his way all the way back to the site already. Oh no! In an attempt to shoot the drone, shoots the ADS, and it might not seem like that big of a deal, but sometimes that really could be trouble. Was that... Am I going crazy, or did that camera not flash orange? Oh, it should have flashed orange, because that's the defense. Never mind. I get confused for a little bit. I was like... Because I was thinking maybe they had a Brava. This is the second time where I thought something like that had happened. Yesterday on Theme Park, I thought as well, when a defender was lying on top of a Frostmat, I thought he got downed by the Frostmat. In any case, it looks like this push will be coming out mostly from the cocktail side. Somebody's creeping up to that door. Can't quite get the run out on because of the castle barricade. Selberg with a swing on the Joker. And despite being inside of sight, David is getting spotted out by the cameras. And Selberg with the swing with information. There goes Drip falling into sight, getting one. Myra with the second. But of course, those Valkyrie cameras will be spotting them out quite a bit. Reappearance getting swung on by Maripili gets the kill. And this entire time I thought they were defending cocktail. Ignore that. Rush gets another. It's all down to Drip. He can't do it. Rush gets the final one. 5 stars. Put another round on the board. Just a little bit away from equalizing this. And War Dogs, if they want to keep this advantage, have to really wake up and get the round win here. Five stars will be going to Cocktail and Bar. The last time that they played this, it was an impeccable defense. Almost, what's the word?
Protect your bombs from being defused.
Unpenetrable? Is that a word? We'll just say that it was unpenetrable, and if that's not a word, well, we should make it one. Anyway, the last time that they played this, they, of course, had that exact same mirror setup that they are setting up right now. That made it really, really difficult to do anything. They wasted so much time before War Dogs were even able to open up that castle barricade and
10 seconds left before insertion.
open up the mirror window.
5 seconds to insertion.
They'd already wasted so much time by that point, and then the C4 came out,
Objective is to defuse the bomb.
and then it was just impossible. Although Drip is on the Amaru, and I don't know if that's gonna be him pushing straight into sight, considering that these windows are barricaded, castle barricaded, or if that's just so that he can get up to the roof quicker. Oh, he might be trying to come up the hatch. As we see him breaking the bottom white door, he could be trying to come up the hatch straight into sight, and that could be trouble for 5STARS. However, they are on the cams. They are spotting out the fact that there is a player pushing that side. So they're gonna know. They're gonna be aware of that. And Keppel with a nice swing onto the player playing Repel gets the kill onto the Capital. So all of those smokes are now gone. They don't have any smokes in pocket. The fuser will get dropped, but they will pick it up right away. I think that's both Joker and Drip now making their way inside of the map already. But look at that. There's a shotgun. Look at him right in the face, and he gets the kill. Zeppin with the shotgun kill onto Joker. But even if he didn't get that kill, Rush wasn't too far away. Drip now could be getting the kill onto Zeppin. He does as he pushes into the laundry room, but as I said, Rush wasn't too far behind, and as Selberg picks up one more, Rush picks up one. It's all down to David. The Aruna Gate will come back to life, forcing him away, giving himself away as well with the Claymore, shooting this door. No drones in pocket, very, very little information, and Rush is there with the swing and the kill. 5STARS win another round, equalize the scoreline, and this is a very, very exciting matchup. I said at the beginning that I really hope that this is going to be an exciting one, and that we see a tug of war, and that we maybe even see them go to overtime, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Very, very exciting times right now in this game. Also, we will be seeing all 12 rounds of regulation. So this could either end up going, War Dogs or 5STARS win one round and then the other team wins the next one. Or it could be either one of these teams closing it all out by winning 2 in a row. And it's really anybody's game so far because both teams have won rounds on attack and defense. And this really could be all over here. However, War Dogs have only won 1 round on attack. It was on this site, and it was down to a 1 versus 2 clutch from Joker that they sort of let slip away because they allowed Reappearance to flank them upstairs where they had a player playing. It was Joker. So,
attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
If 5STARS play it a little bit close to the chest and not allow the drop through the hatch, or just generally not allow for that plan to happen, things might not be looking too good for War Dogs. But just as much, even if they win this round, it's still not a guarantee that they will be able to close it out in regulation. They still might have to take it to overtime.
Bomb located by attackers.
So it's just gonna be, it's just a matter of whether they can do it or not. And I think that's not that, I was gonna say, I think that's Zeppin on the mid floor, but it isn't. Rush, the last time, he was also playing the mid floor. He was playing all the way on top floor and then pushed down to the mid floor. Got shut down by the exact same player that is already inside of reading once again. That echo once more. Trying to suss out any players, trying to, of course, deny the plan should it go down. Rush, this time, not trying to get too aggressive, not trying to get too eager the way that he did last time, where he tried to get the kill and got killed for it. Instead, going all the way down into Whiskey Bar. Joker doing some vertical damage with the help of Aribo as well. On the bug, now, of course, the more vertical angles that they create, the more vertical angles there are to counter them from, but just as much, the worse that it is for defense. See exactly what I'm talking about. There's a counter angle, but it's Aribo to get the kill on Selberg. That's the echo down. And that's a really, really bad situation. Here we go. That's the exact same angle that they created last time, and it's the angle that won them the round. It sees all the way into the coffee machine's spot that the plant was planted at, or the diffuser was planted at. There goes Aribo with another kill onto Zephin. 3 versus 5. Reappearance wasting another smoke canister. I think that's both smoke canisters. The drop goes, but they weren't expecting Keppa to be in the position that he's in. The last time they had the vertical cover for that position. This time they did not. There goes another drop. Is able to get Keppa. Pushes all the way into sight. There goes Rush swinging on and getting 2. It's once again all down to Joker. There's a player proning behind the Whiskey Bar. Does get him. Can he get the clutch again? It's Reappearance versus Joker. Reappearance all the way into the door. We'll run outside, and the time is run out. 5 Stars win another round, put themselves on match point, and this could all be over here. War Dogs have just lost the one biggest chance that they had of retaking the lead in regulation. They will have to win this round if they want to stay alive in this game. If they do not, it's over. 5 Stars take the game. That was the best possible chance for them to win a round on attack, because it's the only round that they've won on attack. If you maybe missed it, or if you don't remember, they started out on defense, were up 4-2, won one round on attack, and lost all of the other ones. So, and the only round that they won was that kitchen site. So the fact that they were not able to win it this time, and I think that they would have had they had the vertical angles onto the position that Keppa was playing. But they had no clue that he was there. They had no... Which is really a shame, because they were droning out for so long. I really would expect them to have the information, but they had no information of his positioning at that time. They had no vertical angles to counter that, even though they made them the previous time that they were playing, or they were attacking there. They made it. This time, they didn't. And it came back to bite them, as he was able to get 2 kills off of that, and they just never recovered after that, especially when they didn't have the time. And also, it doesn't help the fact that they are leaving Joker in a 1vx time and time again. Now having to attack onto the cocktail site again. Nope, it's not the cocktail site. It's dining and it's fireplace and reading. But they are defending it from upstairs, so it effectively is kind of both. The last time they had a pretty good chance, but they just weren't able to do enough, unfortunately. Making their way inside of Piano ready, but it's a C4 that, despite the IQ, they could not counter. Keppa with the kill onto Drip, and there goes their verticality gone completely. Keppa still peeking onto the vertical angles that he's just made with his own C4. Aribo gets the kill onto Zephin. That's a really, really good trade, but unfortunately it's only the Cade. It's not somebody with a little bit more value come later in the round. For example, Reappearance on the smoke, or even Rush, who has been denying so much for them. But there goes Rush, just as I mentioned him. It's like I cursed him. David with the kill onto Rush, having to still attack the smoke behind this shield. The Flores drone will take care of that shield, and now the smoke canister will come out, but it forces Reappearance to move back down a little bit. Or does it? They still have quite a lot of these soft recharges, so they are able to do some vertical damage, but how much of that is going to be enough is what I wonder. Selberg falls back from the top floor as well. With 50 seconds left to go, this is doable for WARD0GS, but they have to have everything right to be able to do this. Again, the verticality is coming out. The C4 is gone from Keppa, so they are safe from that. But again, every vertical angle that they make can be countered from below. We just saw Keppa attempt that. Did not work out. Selberg giving away a little bit here on those footholds from the 90 hallway. Unable to play the position inside of Dining is having to relocate. Reappearance putting out the last and the final smoke babe as DeVito and Ariba both get one. Kappa with the kill onto Murraypill. 2 versus 2. Plant is going down inside of sight. Can Joker get the cover? He does not get the cover, and there goes the kill. Reappearance just swinging straight on into the planter. Gets 1, gets 2. Oh no, that is just not good. That is just not good for WARD0GS at all, as it's 5-star with the win, 7-5. What a match. What a match. I really thought that was going to go their way, but they just lost too many people. Too many of those angles just weren't being covered, and they just weren't able to get it all done. Very, very unfortunate. Despite the ace from Joker, if you missed the Joker got an ace earlier on the defensive half. He got it in round 6 just before the side switch. It was not enough. Despite the ace and despite all of their best efforts, it was not enough to bring this down to overtime and to try and retake the lead. It was not enough. Joker just was not able to have that cover onto David, who was planting, and they didn't have enough time to even get the retake. After that, Reappearance just zooming around with the smoke. It was a 2-speed and that shotgun. I mean, you're not moving all that fast when you're playing smoke shotgun, and he was just zooming around there like it was nobody's business. Again, like every time, I have to name an MVP. I used to not do this on stream, but I guess I've changed my mind now since casting with Excellent on Monday, so I'm just gonna do it in stream every single time. I think it would probably have to go. I mean, if it was the other way around, Joker, without a doubt. He's just had so many explosive rounds, and of course that ace, and so many of those clutches. And of course, he was the one to wake up WARD0GS finally. They were down 2 rounds, and then he was just decided, you know what, I'm going to get these kills. And he got them, the round win. And that's what sort of woke them up for the next few rounds in that half. So if it was that side, if WARD0GS had won, it'd be Joker without a doubt, unless somebody else was equally explosive in the in overtime. But because it wasn't WARD0GS, it was 5-stars that won it, I think it would probably have to go to appearance. I don't think he had the most kills, but the fact that he was able to get all of those retakes and the fact that he was able to kill the planter so many times, I also think that he did plant in that 1v1 as ace on the first half when they were defending Cocktail. I want to say that he planted there, but I'm also not 100% certain. So if it was somebody else and I'm just giving him false credit here, I apologize. I'm not taking my notes here, so I don't know exactly who did what or when. But I feel like Reappearance did so much good for this team the entire time that yeah, I think it would probably have to go to him, and especially even there. I mean, he just ran through the site and got the kill onto the planter. Got it all done. So yeah, I would have to say it would have to be Reappearance. Especially, and even though it didn't work out, he did get that retake when it was a post plant. He managed to flank them above despite having a player above. Just wasn't able to close it out. It was Joker with the clutch. So yeah, it's Reappearance this time. But anyway, I've been rambling on about the same thing for like 5 minutes now. So that concludes this game. But it does not conclude the stream. We will be coming back in about an hour's time. We have another game. It will be Thames Gladiators versus Divinity Esports. So don't go anywhere. That will also be a pretty exciting match. It's the lower half teams. So that is the 15th and 16th place match, which in my opinion is going to be even more exciting than the top half teams, just because, it's one thing when it's like good meets good, but when it's, I don't want to say, I'm not saying bad as in like they're bad at the game, but when sort of, lower meets lower, that I feel like is so much more exciting. So hopefully it will be. Hopefully it won't be like a 7-0 closeout, because that would be really, really boring. But stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.